9. Once a paradigm is in place, it is very hard to turn it around. A lot of debt was shed after 2008, and then interest rates plunged. Household debt payments as a percentage of income are now at the lowest levels in 35 years. But the response to 2008, necessary as it may have been, perpetuated some of the trends that got us here. Quantitative easing both prevented economic collapse and boosted asset prices, a boon for those who owned them, mostly rich people. The Fed backstopped corporate debt in 2008 that helped those who owned that debt, mostly rich people. Tax cuts over the last 20 years have predominantly gone to those with higher incomes. People with higher incomes send their kids to the best colleges. Those kids can go on to earn higher incomes and invest in corporate debt that will be backstopped by the Fed, own stocks that will be supported by various government policies, and so on. None of these things are problems in and of themselves, which is why they stay in place. But they're symptomatic of the bigger thing what's happened since the early 1980s. The economy works better for some people than others. Success isn't as meritocratic as it used to be, and when success is granted, it's rewarded with higher gains than in previous eras. You don't have to think this morally right or wrong, and yet again, in this story, it doesn't matter why it happened. It just matters that it happened, and it caused the economy to shift away from people's expectations that were set after the war, that there's a broad middle class without systematic inequality, where your neighbors next door and a few miles down the road live a life that's pretty similar to yours. Part of the reason these expectations have stuck around for 35 years after they shifted away from reality is because they felt so good for so many people when they were valid. Something that good, or at least the impression that it was good, isn't easy to let go of. And people haven't let go of it, they want it back. 10. The Tea Party, Occupy Wall Street, Brexit, and Donald Trump each represents a group shouting, "Stop the raid, I want off." The details of their shouting are different, but they're all shouting, at least in part because stuff isn't working for them within the context of the post-war expectations that stuff should work roughly the same for roughly everyone. You can scoff at linking the rise of Trump to income inequality alone, and you should. These things are always layers of complexity deep. But it's a key part of what drives people to think, I don't live in the world I expected. That pisses me off. So screw this and screw you. I'm going to fight for something totally different because this, whatever it is, isn't working. Take that mentality and raise it to the power of Facebook, Instagram, and cable news, where people are more keenly aware of how other people live than ever before. It's gasoline of a flame. Benedict even says, the more the internet exposes people to new points of view, the angrier people get that different views exist. That's a big shift from the post-war. Economy, where the range of economic options was smaller, both because the actual range of outcomes was slower and because it wasn't as easy to see and learn what other people thought and how they lived. I'm not pessimistic. Economics is the story of cycles. Things come, things go. The unemployment rate is now at the lowest it's been in decades. Wages are now actually growing faster for low-income workers than the rich. Colleges cost by and large stopped growing once grants are factored in. If everyone studied advances in healthcare, communication, transportation, and civil rights since the glorious 1950s, my guess is most wouldn't want to go back. But a central theme of this story is that expectations move slower than reality on the ground. That was true when people clung to 1950s expectations as the economy changed over the next 35 years. And even if a middle class boom began today, expectations that the odds are stacked against everyone but those at the top may stick around. So the era of this isn't working may stick around, and the era of we need something radically new right now, whatever it is, may stick around, which in a way is part of what starts events that led to things like World War II, where this story began. History is just one damn thing after the another.